Okay, welcome California. This is Tony Youngs here, and I just want to remind you that this weekend, March 13, 14, and 15, no, 12, 13, and 14, I will be holding a 3-day field training boot camp. So I just want to give you an idea of what we're going to be doing this weekend. And I've got a couple of seats left, so I wanted to give you the opportunity to consider joining us. We're going to be in the Van Nuys area, Van Nuys, California. And the first thing we're going to do is pull up on Realty Track what kind of foreclosures we have in that area. Okay. So what I'm going to do is put in Van Nuys, California. And let's see how many foreclosures they have. Okay. So we have this list of all these foreclosures, and there's 22 pages with 10 addresses per page. So let's get an idea of an aerial view of what that looks like. So we're going to click on the map. And the green ones are the homes that are listed on the MLS. The orange ones are all the bank-owned properties. And the red ones are the homes that are scheduled to go up for auction. And the blue ones are the NODs, the notices of default. So let's get rid of the listed properties, because a Tony Young's training is where we go out and find homes with no for sale signs, no ads in the paper. Nobody even knows these homes can be bought. So we're going to be doing what I call the hidden market. Now, the way we're going to do it is I'm going to pick and choose on day one, this coming Saturday from 9 to 4. I'm going to pick and choose some NODs and some foreclosures for us to go look at. So we're going to choose some. We're going to plot a course, and we're going to go out and do some door knocking. We're going to see, if there's any of those foreclosures that we can actually make offers on. But the real purpose is, as we go out and look at these properties, we're going to be looking for every distressed property we can find along the way. And if it's occupied, we're going to knock on the door and ask if they would like to sell and get them under contract. If they're vacant, we're going to find out who owns them, and we're going to offer to buy those homes. Now, we usually find a heck of a lot more distressed hidden market properties with no for sale signs than we do the foreclosures. So that's what we're going to do. So day one, we're going to pick and choose some foreclosures to go look at. We're going to plot a course. So you'll be learning how to do that, so you can do that every weekend for the rest of your life if you'd like. And we're going to go out and we're going to find a lot of hidden markets. So we're going to spend all day Sunday out looking at houses, knocking on doors, talking to neighbors, talking to contractors. We're also going to meet some investors. Usually we meet investors along the way working on their houses, and we'll add them to our buyers list. Because what I'm going to be doing is teaching you how to wholesale. Now, I'll also teach you how to rehab and fix them up if you want to. But if you have no money, no proof of funds, then I'm going to show you how you can make money just by finding deals for other investors. And that's what this class is all about, is getting good at finding good deals. Because if you can get good at finding good deals, then everybody wants to back you. Everybody with money wants to be your partner. They want to buy the houses you find. They want to buy them from you. They want to partner with you because people with money are having a hard time finding good deals. Now, and then on day 3, we're going to actually go to the foreclosure auction in Pomona. Now, the reason we're going there is to meet cash buyers. So that's why we're going. Another thing we're going to do on uh, day 3 is go down to the county courthouse records room so we can do title searches on the houses we find the day before. So let me give you an idea of how that works. Okay, because in California they don't have a website that we can tap into to do title searches, but other states do. So I'm going to give you an idea of what I mean by tapping into a courthouse. So here's what we're going to do at your local county courthouse. We're going to do what's called a deed records search. And then we're going to click here for land records. So we can search by name or we can search by instrument type. Let me search by name. So let's say that this weekend we find several deals. So we're going to do a title search on those deals to find out if there's any liens. So the way you do it is we go down to the Norwalk County Courthouse and we're going to type in an owner's name, like for instance, Louise Hansford. And we're going to find out if there's any loans or liens on the property that we found. So we type in the name, and the first thing I see is a federal tax lien. So we're going to open that up, and what we find out is there is, on this particular house, there is a federal tax lien for the amount of $12,755. So you can already see the benefit of learning how to do this. Now I also see there's a judgment, a mechanics lien, and other federal tax liens, and some state tax liens. Now a judgment looks like this. Excuse me, folks, I'm just getting over a cold. Okay, so here's a judgment. Now, folks, when you find distressed houses, now we're finding out this judgment is satisfied. So when and it's for 6,308, but it's satisfied. So therefore, we don't have to deal with that. So that's what I'm going to be doing, is taking you out in the real world, finding real deals, doing a title search to see if there's any liens. And if there is liens, we can usually discount those liens and turn a bad deal into a good deal. Now, another thing you'll be learning to do in California is we can also use down at the courthouse, I'm going to show you how to build a buyer's list of all the investors that buy houses at the foreclosure sale. And the way you do that, this is a different state, but I know how to do this in California. So if we bring up all the foreclosure deeds, say in the last 30 days, then we'll hit search. And here's all the homes that have been sold at the foreclosure auction in the last 30 days. So we look for the ones that have been bought by investors. MARARC, that's a LLC, that's an investor that bought this house. And if we open the document, it will give us the name and address of the investor, and also it will tell us how much they paid for the house. So that's very beneficial, because you're going to have the names and addresses of all the investors that buy houses at the courthouse foreclosure auction. So here we can see they paid $117,000 on the 1st of September for this house. And here is the address of the investor. Okay, so therefore, if we go back to the index, then we could just go through there and pick out all the investors. So there's an investor, and we can get their name and address. Then we go to the next page. Here's a hedge fund. So there's a lot of hedge funds that buy houses, and when we go out and find deals this weekend, we can turn around and wholesale them to hedge funds or other investors who have cash money. Okay, now that's one way. Now another way that I can build you a list of investors to buy houses that you find is to you can go to your tax assessor's website and you can click on owner name search. So if you put in a wild card, like a percentage sign, and then you put properties, LLC, then you can hit search, and it's going to bring up a list of every investor in your area. And there's 34 pages. So you can just look at all these investors. So let's say Acer Properties LLC, if you click on that number and then click tax information, it will tell you how to get in touch with that investor. So if you click on the year 2015, it tells you Acer Properties, this is their mailing address. And then I'm going to give you a letter to send to all those investors that will get them on your buyer's list. So we're going to send this letter to all those investors. Now, this weekend, when I do this training, we're actually going to go out and talk to people, talk to sellers offer to buy their homes, write offers. Anything that gets accepted, we can turn around and wholesale it to an investor. So the whole purpose of this weekend is to teach you how to do this for the rest of your life. Because folks, in California, I'm telling you, you are always going to be in a very competitive market in California. If you go to the MLS, there's going to be hundreds of people making offers on those homes, and you'll have to pay more than they are. If you went to a foreclosure auction, you have to outbid every other investor, and you have to pay more than those investors are willing to pay. So it's always going to be too competitive for you to make any money. That's why you must find homes with no for sale signs. And this weekend, we're going to spend 3 days doing just that. I'm going to teach you and take you by the hand and show you how to find these deals, okay? And we're going to be doing it in the real world. There's no better training. This is the best way to be trained. And so let me give you an idea of how you can be a part of this training. Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to plot a course of 10 properties, not 12, because I've done this every weekend for the last 20 years. And I've found that in one day we can only get to about 10 properties because we talk to a lot of people. We talk to sellers. We'll knock on some doors. We're going to, anything that's vacant, we'll inspect, analyze, and estimate repairs so you can learn how to do it. We're going to write offers. We're going to do title searches at the courthouse. We're going to send offers. If we see an unlisted bank-owned property, I'm going to type up an offer and email it to that bank. And then we're going to set up a quick sale. Here's a testimonial of one of my students. I've been so afraid to quit my job and do real estate full-time that I went part-time for a month. However, Gary and I have so many houses under contract and undergoing rehabs that I need to dedicate this as my full-time business. So Friday, I quit my job. The most amazing and scary thing is we now have other people giving us their money to partner with on these deals. Just today, I had an investor give me $170,000 to buy and rehab a house. This includes the fee I now charge for finding the deal, and then I split the profits with the investor. I never would have imagined other people would actually give me their money to do these deals. Folks, the reason they give you the money is because you're going to be good at finding good deals. And that's what this training's all about, is to take you out in your market to find good deals. And you're going to learn how to do that for the rest of your life. Okay. So we're going to do this, and it's going to be in Van Nuys, California. Okay. So that's where we're going to do that. And you get a home study course for free. So if you sign up for this training, you're going to get one of these home study systems with 16 DVDs, 6 audio CDs, and a forms disc with your California forms. Look at some of these titles. hidden market. That's where I drive you around in my car, teaching you how to find hidden market deals, buying and discounting junior liens. So when you do a title search, if you find liens, I'm teaching you how to discount them and turn a bad deal into a good deal. Profits through bankruptcy. I'll show you how to buy houses. You know, when we go to the auction, they're going to name off all the people that filed bankruptcy, and I'm going to teach you how to follow up and buy those houses too. Okay, so the training is $997, and that's how much it'll cost for you to join us this weekend. Now, the way you pay for this is you need to call Steve and Robin Love at whatever their email is, or you can go to their website. So that's how you would join to get this. Okay, now you're also going to be able to attend the boot camp, and also I'm going to let you attend any other boot camp up to 1 year from this weekend. If I'm doing a boot camp in San Francisco, you can come to that one at no additional charge. If I'm doing one in San Diego, you can come. Anywhere in the United States that I'm doing a boot camp, even my hometown, you can come to my hometown and learn my area. I'm also going to give you weekly training calls after the training is over. And also I'll give you my list of bank loss mitigation and REO contacts, all for $997. Now, we're going to be out looking for houses that might even look like this, or, homes that look like this. But we're going to end up buying those and flipping them to other investors. And when you finish this training, if you decide you want to take on a rehab, I'll show you how to do that also. So get started, folks. Get in touch with Steve and Robin Love at the Investors Club. Or if you have trouble finding them, send me an email to tonyyoungs@aol.com. That's TONYYOUNGS at AOL.com, and I'll give you their phone number so that you can contact them directly. Okay, folks, I'll see you this weekend. Also, I just want to remind you that if you have taken the training before, if you took my training in Van Nuys last year, you can repeat the training this year for $500. That's $500. Okay. And you still get the coaching calls. You can still attend any boot camp around the nation within 1 year. Okay, folks, I'll see you this weekend in Van Nuys. Go ahead and contact us and get signed up.